So I spent 8 hours at the emergency room. I woke up in a hotel in near the airport, and despite the fact that you don't have a memory of what happened, your body tells you um, so many things. My extremely chapped lips from this anesthesia being put directly onto my face, the hair cutting, the pain in between my legs, the pain in my limbs, the inability to walk up a flight of stairs without losing my breath, which I'm guessing after being anesthetized for hours at a time, I have lack of oxygen in my system. Um, there's just some days that it just makes me too mad that they're getting away with it. And one of the things was the room across from me, who that guy kept going in and out, in and out, as soon as I checked in. And again, I mean, you just know stuff. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I think everybody has the capability of just knowing what's going on sometimes if they just pay attention and trust what their gut tells them. Anyhow, this is this is the diagnosis from the ER visit. Sexual assault of adult, initial encounter. That is the diagnosis. That's an STD that I had to have gotten within the last days and months. I have not consensually had sex with somebody in 6 years. So that's solid, complete fucking proof that I've been raped, drugged and raped. I'm extremely exhausted. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. This little place I'm staying is filling up with gas. They're waiting outside. She's waiting outside to do more hair cutting, more raping, more torturing. Nothing stops them. Understand that. Nothing. And it's because nobody's paying attention to what's happening. The only limitations psychopaths have are what are put on them. So they have none. I was pretty excited. Isn't that weird? I was excited to have an STD because it's proof. It's solid fucking proof. And my bet is I got it in Eugene, Oregon the same night that they robbed me of all my jewelry. The same night that my bus reeked of homeless person. The same night that all those people on the ground floor level who rented rooms in that hotel came in and raped and sodomized me. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do with that. But for now, I'm trying not to get raped again. And trying to keep that crazy, insane fucking crack whore bitch who's 4'10", 85 pounds. Very real person. Very real. You know? I'm crazy, blah, blah, blah. So this is in the face of what Detective Briscoe at the Los Angeles Police Department, he wanted to create that dialogue. He wanted to whatever. This is proof, bitch. This is fucking proof that I was fucking raped. Get that? Because you try to find somebody that will say that they had consensual sex with me anytime in the last 6 years. You try. You try to find that. You try to make that story happen. It'll never happen. No one will fucking believe you. You might be able to convince people I'm crazy because the story's all nuts and because they're lunatics and what they do is insane. Those same people that will buy into your bullshit will not believe that I had consensual sex with anybody. Because they know. They know. I spend my life every night running around trying to fucking save myself from being raped. When would I even have time to talk to another human being? to make that happen. No. Yeah, these people have no idea, you know, especially this crazy crack whore insane bitch. She has no idea. She doesn't know my history. She doesn't know, you know, how few people I've had consensual sex with in the last 27 years. So, good luck on that. And I'm going to take this. I'm a dog with a bone now. I'm going to take that shit. I'm going to take it as far as I can. I've already sent photographs of that piece of paper to the federal prosecutor's office in Hawaii, and to a federal agent, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I saw a federal agent, though, follow the vehicle that followed me after I left the hotel. Oh, and get this, when I called from the hotel and I called 911 to the Portland Police Department, the officer who answered it decided that I was bullshitting in line and just made that determination right then and there and denied me the right to even have the police come and talk to me on site. How that happened was I went to the receptionist at the hotel, and while I was checking out, which was 2 seconds, I said, just so you know, this is what happened in here. This is what happened in your hotel last night. And right now, like right in this moment, you have people who drugged and raped one of your guests in their room right now, in your hotel. She called 911. And they came. And he gave me a report number. I used that when I went to the hospital. There you go. I can tell they're pissed. I can tell. A lot of drive-bys, a lot of whatever. I'm pretty sure they were waiting for me in the hospital parking lot. Parked right next to me. So, but I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm coming. I'm coming after you motherfuckers. You fucking rapists. You fucking sick motherfuckers. Drugging, raping, sodomizing, torturing me. I can't even see. There's so much fucking drugs in the air right now. The light is just sending off all this shit. I mean, you can probably tell in my eyes. Like, and I drank 4 shots of espresso after I left the hospital. Because I don't want to get raped again. I told them, I'm going to leave. And they offered to let me stay there the night, which meant that I'd have to leave my animals here alone. And they weren't alone. This bed here smelled like crazy insane crack whore when I got here. So she was in here while I was at the hospital doing my rape kit. Which, by the way, isn't fun. It's not. And for people that will say that people lie about that, and no. People, you know, you're not gonna lie about that. The whole experience is fucking fucked up. 8 hours. 8 hours. And it could have been a little bit shorter, but I went into very, very long detail of the people who were at the other hotel that followed me around in the parking lot, the guy I talked to in the parking lot that told me he didn't want to have sex with a woman that seemed like a dead person, admitting to the fact that he was helping other people, though, that were going to rape me and didn't care that I was in a coma state. So, yeah, there you go. There's proof. You got it. No way I could have that. No way. Look it up. I haven't even fucking heard of that thing. But it's weird. I was happy to be diagnosed with an STD because it's proof, but then it's like, I have an STD. You can hear them outside. Can you hear that? That's them. They're probably in my fucking bus right now. So, they tried to take out the inverter from my bus. It was like, there was like banging going on in my bus while I was driving, and I'm like, I look back there and I'm like trying to locate the noise, and there it was. There it was. The inverter was like this much out of its puka. So, they won't stop until somebody makes them fucking stop. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to put these people in prison? You have any idea what kind of people these are? Like, everything I've said is true. So think about the kind of people who do this shit. They're all walking around. Free. Walking around. Driving around in cars. In your neighborhoods. in Hawaii, California, Southern, Northern, Portland, Washington. Ain't no fucking joke, man. Don't worry about Trump, COVID, Biden, any of that shit. There's fucking, like, crazy, evil fucking people out there that are just spreading way, way more dangerous than COVID. Way more. You know, that amount of people that have died so far, it's pretty fucking mind-boggling, and it's pretty upsetting, I think, for anybody that has any sort of human qualities that have died of COVID. But I always go back to the fact that drug traffickers and these people who everybody's helping to do this to me, those people, they kill hundreds of thousands of people a year with methamphetamine and heroin. So people just ignore that, you know? They don't seem to understand who these people really fucking are and what they really do. And literally, they make money off of people dying, people being raped, like the worst things that can happen in the world. They make money off of it. Now you know who I'm dealing with? Now you understand? It's weird, it's kind of sinking in that I have an STD, and I'm not even sure I don't have HIV, and the fact is I can get that any night they rape me. And, but that's something they should be aware of. That's not something that they could cover that up with tests and stuff, and they tried to use my GPS, which they've done many times before, where I put something in there and then they lead me all over the place, and I'll even be driving and it'll be like, take a right here, and I'm on the freeway, and there's no right-hand turn, you know, and it just goes all kamikaze, like all over the place, and that's them. And today when I left here to go to the hospital, there was a hospital 6 minutes from this place, but yet it didn't show up on my map. And the only reason I ended up going is I was on the freeway and I actually saw the sign. And I was like, there's a hospital right here. So I pulled off, redid the GPS thing, put in where's the nearest hospital, and there it was, like a few minutes from where I was. And that one, they didn't have people set up and ready. It's my opinion, though, still at this hospital, I probably do have gonorrhea. It just, because there's something going on with my asshole that's not right, and that is not that I just showed. That doesn't go there. So, I think they covered that. They were covering their tracks with all that shit with somebody at the hospital, but they didn't understand that I was going to get tested positive for that. That's what I think, personally. And that shit, they can only cover up for so long, because those things will have other health effects, and at some point, those things will become apparent. Like, if I were to have HIV, that'll become apparent at some point, and again, solid proof now. I'll be dying, and they'll get murder charges then added to that, I would hope. Added to rape, torture, sodomy, and drugging for... We're going on almost 2 years straight. That should be the death penalty. And by the way, just on a side note, and I know, but I'm pretty tired. My dog's struggling to breathe with all the toxins coming in the air. All those liberals that want to let all those people that are on death row off, go fuck yourself. You've never been in this position. These kind of people need to die. They do not need to have the rest of us pay for them to go live and get TV, health care, dental care, food, a roof over their head, heat, AC. Fuck that. Fuck that. We need to start executing more people. We need to start fucking clearing this shit out. Because they have no value. You have no idea. They're not rehabilitable. You can't rehab these people. They don't feel anything. They're psychopaths. You cannot do what they've done to me. That crazy, insane, 4'10", 85-pound, brown-haired, crazy, insane, used to be homeless in Hawaii, has ties to Eugene, Oregon, crazy fucking cunt bitch who does this shit. She has no value. ever. All she's going to do on this planet for the rest of her life is make other people suffer, to cause suffering. That's it. That's it. You need to kill people like that. You have to. It's time to buck up. It's time to realize, like, life is a lot more nasty and shitty than I knew before all this. I used to think people like this, all they needed was therapy. They can get love. It's all a lie. They don't feel shit. You can't do shit for them. You can't. I'm telling you that. You cannot. And to, stand up for these kind of fucking people. It's nuts. And I'm going to put a little note out there on this too, and you can say my mind is whatever. Just imagine what I've been through tonight. The raping from last night, then 8 hours of the ER, and learning about the STD. Take these shit into account. Take a minute to think about where I live, like what my life is, before you start judging how I fucking explain my shit. Snoop Dogg. What's up, Snoop Dogg?